My dad slipped a "she's not really mine" comment at dinner, and my boyfriend finally saw why I'm stuck. I've lost 3 boyfriends because of my parents, and now my current boyfriend won't let me move in until he meets them. On paper, he's right. If we're going to share a home, he should know the people who raised me. But every time a boyfriend meets my parents, something goes wrong in a way that feels planned. The first was when I was 19 and terrified to bring a guy home. Dinner started normal, then I stepped out to help my sister with her baby. I came back to my dad and my boyfriend in a fist fight in the kitchen. I never even heard what started it. My boyfriend stormed out, wouldn't explain, laughed on the phone, and blocked me. My parents acted like they'd rescued me and told me he was bad news. I felt sick, but I was young and I let it go. The second boyfriend didn't meet them for a year because I was trying to protect him. I thought one meal couldn't break us. My mom smiled and asked sweet questions, but they were weird, like she was testing him. She brought up exes I never had, like she was trying to make me look like a liar. My dad waited until dessert and grilled him about money and how he'd provide for me. My boyfriend set his fork down, said he wanted nothing to do with this family, walked out, and blocked me before I got home. By the third boyfriend, I stopped making excuses for it. Same warm welcome, then small cuts. A loaded question, a sharp comment, a look that said, "You're not good enough." He left angry, and I finally admitted the truth. My parents were driving them off. I just didn't know why. Then 2 years ago, I met my current boyfriend, and he's different. He's calm. He listens. He doesn't push. So I made a decision they'd never meet him. I kept a rotation of excuses ready for holidays and birthdays. My mom was sick. My dad was traveling. There was family drama. I kept it vague, and he respected it, but I could tell it bothered him. Last week, he sat me down and said, gently, that he couldn't let me move in until he met my family. Not a threat, just a boundary. He said, "I need to understand where you come from before we take that step." My stomach dropped because it was reasonable. So I told him everything. The fight, the fake exes, the money questions, the way they all left. He listened the whole time, then said, "I still want to meet them. Something doesn't add up." My parents host Sunday dinner every week, and I still go sometimes, so I invited him to come. On the drive over, my hands wouldn't stop shaking. I kept wiping my palms on my jeans. He reached over and held one of them. His thumb rubbed my knuckles. At the door, my mom kissed my cheek and told him he was handsome. My dad clapped him on the shoulder and asked about his job like they were old friends. My mom kept calling him sweetheart and telling him to sit, eat, relax. My dad told loud, happy stories like he was showing off. My boyfriend answered politely, but every few seconds he glanced at me like he was checking if I was okay. I kept waiting for the trap, but it didn't come. We sat down, ate, and for a few minutes, I started wondering if I'd imagined the last 10 years. Then my dad started talking about my sister and said he was glad she'd given him grandkids, since she was the one who was actually his. He said it casual, like it was an old joke everyone knew. The room went dead quiet. My mom froze. My sister stared at her plate. My boyfriend looked at me, and I could see him putting it together before I did. My head filled with old moments I'd tried to forget. My parents missing my games. My sister getting praised for the same things I got yelled at for. My dad's anger whenever I spoke up. Every boyfriend getting pushed out before I could build a life and leave. I'd spent my whole life thinking I was just harder to love. Now I understood why the rules were different for me. I started crying, fast and embarrassing, like my body couldn't hold it in anymore. My boyfriend stood up, took my hand, and said, "We're leaving." My dad snapped, "Sit down. We can clear this up." My mom jumped in and screamed that my boyfriend was trying to isolate me from my family. I turned to her and said, shaking, "If anyone's been isolating me my whole life, it's been you." My boyfriend didn't argue with them. He just kept my hand in his and walked me out. In the car, he stayed quiet and kept his hand on mine the whole drive. When we got inside, he finally looked at me and said, "That explains everything."